Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Cricket Corner. I'm your host Sohail Pandya. It's the week of 5th of October. It's a very special week in the cricketing world, and I'm joined here by Aaron. Hey Aaron.
Hey Sohail.
It's good to be back.
Good to be back.
How was the summer?
Summer was great, and I think we are back right at the
right time.
Yeah.
So without dilly-dallying, we were both on holiday, and we don't get paid to do this. So I'm not wasting my time making videos across the world in 2 different continents trying to make something happen. I will, however, say that Aaron made some fantastic content on Instagram whilst you were in Sri Lanka. You went to watch India-Pakistan, it was rained off. India paid a lot of money to just play Pakistan, basically what happened. But so thank you for the content on Instagram. How was Sri Lanka?
Yeah, it was a great trip. I was lucky to be there during the Asia Cup. So it was good to see some matches, between especially India-Pakistan.
Yeah.
You don't see that often. So yeah, it was good to be there.
Great, and the groundsman got paid a lot of money. But obviously it's the 5th of October. Today is the first day of the World Cup, the Cricket World Cup. I think it's crept up on us really quickly.
Yeah, no one was really talking about it, It was
I think we've had so much cricket this year. We've had the Ashes and the Asia Cup and these qualifying tournaments, and we've spoken about all of those in all these podcasts. I think we're cricketed out, so it's good we took a little break. But we're back, and so is the cricket. It's in India. Obviously, it's in India. We've spoken about this a little bit before. It's in India, and it's taking place over a very long period of time. Right? It's taking over a month to do this whole cricketing World Cup. Do you not think it's a bit long?
It's the format because, there's 10 teams. Everyone plays everyone. So, it takes time. It's a 50-over World Cup as well, so they need a bit of break in between. And
can't play every 2 days because
exactly, and they also travel quite a bit. They play in multiple grounds. It's not like in India it's a bit different, right? It's not like in England where you have the top test grounds and where they get the international matches.
Yeah.
But in India, even small cities they get World Cup matches now. So that's why it's a bit long.
10 teams.
10 teams, yeah.
India. I'll go with the 5 easy ones. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and another Asian team.
Afghanistan.
You go with the non-Asian teams.
Australia, England, South Africa, New Zealand. Who's the last one?
Netherlands.
There you go. Yeah.
So they're the 10 teams. Netherlands and Sri Lanka qualified in the World Cup qualification. And that was pretty cool. We talked about that a little bit. Obviously, Sri Lanka, they made it quite comfortably. A lot of really great cricketing teams are going to play each other very soon, right? There's this round robin format is long, but we're going to get to watch India-Pakistan. India-Australia. It's the first match, by the way, for India. We're going to get to watch England-Australia. We're going to get some fantastic games before they've even gotten to anything that matters. Do you think this is a better format for any World Cup? Or is it better to just split them up into groups and only play them in the finals?
No, I like this format because everyone plays everyone, and the team who qualify for the semi-final, the top 4, they are the best teams, basically. Because when you have teams separated in groups, you can have 1 or 2 bad days and you're gone. In this format, you can still come back.
Yeah, you can. And also, I guess in the other format, you're kind of ranked, right? So you might be ranked with... India might play with Netherlands and Sri Lanka in their group. And that's it. Easy for India, right?
Yeah, imagine if they put 2 groups. It will be groups of 5.
Yeah.
They will play only 4 matches.
Yeah.
And then, the top 2 will go to the semi-final, and it will be... Yeah, I like this format. And I like 50 overs World Cup because it happens only every 4 years.
Yeah.
Compared to the T20 one, which
every
is
year.
Almost
every
every
6
year.
months.
Yeah, it's
every 6 months, the T20 World Cup.
Exactly. So it's not as interesting anymore. But a 50 over World Cup every 4 year, Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Same. I'm very excited about the World Cup. I'm excited that it's in India. You know, I'm excited that India is the favorite team to win this World Cup, and we'll get into a little bit more of details around who we think is gonna, do well. But the first match happened today. There was an opening ceremony yesterday, and it was nothing like the one that happened in 2019. The 2019 opening ceremony was probably the best cricket World Cup ceremony thing that happened here in England. It was fantastic. It was open to the public. Lots of public came in, and it was like people with their captains with their flags, etc. But that happened obviously as well in India. The show opened. It's the first match, and the final matches are happening at the Narendra Modi Stadium. So yeah, it's going to be fantastic for India, obviously, because lots of people, lots of game. There's been a lot of talk about tickets, though. Not many people are able to get tickets. So we'll see how they are able to fill all these stadiums in different parts of the world. But yeah, very, very exciting. England and New Zealand played the first match.
First match.
And the last match of the last World Cup.
Yeah, it's like almost like a revenge match, and I will say, what a game, what an upset to start the tournament.
Do you think it's an upset?
I think it's a big upset.
I don't think that's an upset.
Yeah. I
Like,
think
knowing the English team right now, I think people are obviously backing England quite a lot because they're a fantastic team. But I don't think they're the same team they were 4 years ago. And New Zealand, I should add, are always there at the World Cup. They're ready for the World Cup. So today,
I agree with you. New Zealand they are a very, very good World Cup side.
yeah,
2015 final, 2019 final, and the previous T20 World Cup, they were in the final as well. So they're a very good World Cup side. But
they're guaranteed finalists. They don't win, but they're guaranteed finalists.
now, why I said I feel it's an upset, because if you look at the overall England team, they're like a really well balanced, like one of the best teams out there.
Strongest batting unit.
Yeah,
One of the strongest batting units. Deep. Liam Livingston came in at 7, and I'm like, bloody hell, they're going to bat forever.
and even today, on a bad day, they scored 280. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I feel this England side is a very dangerous side. I know New Zealand are very good,
Yeah.
but I feel like this is an upset. But but they still have, as we say, right? They still have 8 games. I'm sure England will be in the top 4.
So New Zealand lost only 1 wicket, by the way.
Yeah,
So-
and most of their major players didn't play.
No.
Williamson was injured. Bracewell is out of the World Cup. He's injured. Southee is still injured. So yeah,
3 out of 11, there you go. So yeah, I was I don't know if I was surprised, but it was definitely a little bit of a surprise that they won it so comfortably. Like, I expected a little bit of a better game. But there's just not much hype around the World Cup here in England. Like, I'm not seeing much hype around England. Maybe people are tired from the Ashes and we're not seeing many TV ads or whatever it is. So, that's
I don't know. Maybe just people are not interested in 50-over cricket anymore. Maybe it's like either Test cricket or T20 now. It's like 50-over is like in between. And I went to watch some of the Asia Cup matches, right? It was a bit boring sometimes when you're at the stadium, even for like a cricket fan like us.
I can't believe that you're saying that.
Some of the, between some overs, it was like, a bit boring.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because we used to watch
Fast cricket.
T20 cricket now.
Mhm.
So it feels a bit long and a bit boring sometimes. But maybe people start losing interest into the 50 over.
It'll be interesting to see what the viewing numbers are like,
Yeah.
right? I think, obviously, whenever India play, the viewing numbers will be massive. And obviously, when Netherlands plays, Bangladesh or Afghanistan, the viewing numbers are not going to be that big. There's no disrespect to them. It's just how the lay of the land is. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the overall numbers are for this World Cup. But, yeah, what you say really rings true. I think people either want quick cricket or they want the long form of cricket here in the UK anyway. So yeah, England and New Zealand first match, out of the way. Cricket World Cup has started. What a fantastic way to start it. New Zealand, maybe a little bit of an upset, but I don't think so.
They look good, New Zealand. They look really good. I looked at the squad today, and
Yeah.
someone like James Jimmy Neesham,
Jimmy Neesham, yeah.
he was batting. I think he's batting at number 7 with Santner coming at number 8.
Yeah.
So they can bat deep. They have good bowlers.
Fantastic bowlers, right?
Yeah,
Ferguson bowls 90 plus, you know.
Yeah, he didn't play today.
I thought he did.
No, he didn't play. He was injured as well. So he was resting. So yeah.
You could have a New Zealand second 11 team.
Yeah, it was impressive. But I feel in India, you will see more and more teams batting second because in the evening, because of the dew factor,
yeah.
it helps a bit the batting side. But still, to score 280 for 1 in like 38 overs or something, it's amazing.
You want to talk about the New Zealand all-rounder?
Oh, Rachindra.
Rachindra, who I always confuse with Ravindra Jadeja because his name is so similar. And he's an all-rounder, but he's actually a proper all-rounder. He's coming in batting at number 3 and, also spins the ball as well.
Yeah, he was playing more of a bowling all-rounder until now. But the injury of Ken Williamson, they just tried him as number 3, I think, in one of the warm-up match against Pakistan, and he did really well. And he just, they gave him the chance, and in his first World Cup match to score 100 it's amazing, and he's just 23 years old.
Yeah.
So another player to watch out for New Zealand.
I read the story that he took a break from cricket for 2 months, and it wasn't really a break from cricket. He went to India because knowing the World Cup was coming to India, and he spent 2 months with like a non-established T20 team playing a lot of cricket and just honing his skills around in India. So I'm not really surprised that he scored a century. Maybe he's surprised that he scored a century at number 3. Kane Williamson is probably very happy, even though he's going to come and take the spot back. He's probably very happy that he's got 2 centuries in the first match of the World Cup.
Yeah, and both of them, Conway and Rachindra, they just played proper cricketing shots. There was no slogs.
No, but Conway, was man of the series, IPL person of the series, right? Conway?
Yeah, he was one of the top scorers.
Yeah.
He's guaranteed 500 runs per season guy. So he just continues to impress with his form in all format, not only in 50 overs, also T20, Test. Yeah, they look good. They look good, New Zealand. Yeah.
Shall we talk about the favourites?
Who is it?
India.
India
are the favourites for this World Cup. I don't think that's the bookies' favourite, the people's favourite, everybody's favourite. You think otherwise?
I think this World Cup will be a bit tight. I think it will be a bit difficult because there are multiple teams who are in a good state.
Yeah.
They're coming into form at the correct time. Obviously, India with the home advantage, they are, we can say they're the favourites.
They just won the Asia Cup.
Yeah, they did easily as well.
Shall we talk about that final? We haven't had a chance to speak about this, and I want to talk about the final because I swear to God, I think I went to the toilet and I came out and Sri Lanka was all out.
And I also, for the presentation ceremony, it got a bit delayed because the VIPs, they were not...
They haven't arrived yet.
Yeah, they haven't arrived yet. They were planning to come a bit later, but the match was done an hour or something.
I think Sri Lanka are going to do better than they did in the final of the Asia Cup.
They can't do worse.
No, that would be very difficult. India quite comfortably won the final. Although people really wanted Pakistan to be in the final, people made every effort to make sure that Pakistan were in the final. I think India are the favourites of the World Cup. Without a doubt, they are not just mine, but pretty much every pundit's favourite and the bookies' favourite. So I'll be surprised if they, A, don't make the top 4, but B, they don't make the top 2 at the minimum. Fantastic team, depth across the board. Ravi Ashwin is back in the World Cup squad. Thank God for, unfortunately, an injury to Akshar, but
Yeah.
Akshar Patel. But he should have been in there in the first place for me. But any surprises? Obviously, I saw a photo of the Indian team training in the cricket ground, and they had a poster of Sanju Samson in the back. Massive. Like, it was like a mural on the wall, and everyone was just like, the training was happening, and I was like, I can't believe it.
Yeah, it was in Kerala.
Yeah.
When they were training for the warm-up match.
So, yeah.
No, I think we knew almost the squad. The only question about the Indian team was the injuries. So, the players came back from injury. KL Rahul, Shreyas Iyer, and Bumrah.
Yeah.
And I feel, Bumrah makes a big difference to this Indian team. It's
Without Bumrah, India can win. But with Bumrah, it's guaranteed.
Yeah, he makes a big difference. KL Rahul as well, he makes a big difference because his form in ODI has been really good. Shreyas is good. Anyway, with Shreyas we can still, swap with Ishan Kishan or Suryakumar Yadav. But
Yeah.
I feel KL Rahul and Bumrah, they're
big
big players for India. They look good. If they don't make the top four, it will be a disaster. So I'm sure they will make the
I
top
don't
four.
think that will happen.
Yeah.
What have you calculated how many points you need to make to guarantee a top four spot?
They need to win at least minimum 6 games. They need to win
5 games.
five or six games.
5 or 6 games, yeah.
Yeah.
Which should be possible.
Yeah.
But they're starting with Australia in the first game. So, every game is going to be, like, obviously, if India are playing, like, Netherlands, fine. I don't want to watch the game. But, like, the chances of all the big games coming up, it's going to be fantastic. Good experience, great atmosphere. Kohli's going to be playing, scoring a lot of runs. So it's going to be great. Yeah, India are the favourites.
Yeah, the squad looks very balanced. And they have a squad for spinning track, but also for for a track where it will suit medium pace bowling.
So who's the two seamers they take?
Siraj and Bumrah for sure.
Siraj and
Hardik will be the third seamer.
Yeah,
Kuldeep,
yeah.
Jadeja,
Jadeja.
and Ashwin on a spinning track.
Okay.
So against
who do
Australia,
they-
that will be the
where are they playing? Do you know where they're playing Australia?
they're playing Chennai. So
Okay.
it's this will be the bowling attack,
Yeah.
and they will open as usual with Shubman, Rohit, Kohli at 3, KL Rahul at 4. I feel they will still go with Shreyas at 5, and Ishan Kishan has to wait, unfortunately, and
There's-
Pandya 6.
That's
and,
12. There's too many players.
No,
Okay. So you start with Rohit,
yeah,
with Gill,
yeah,
Kohli, KL Rahul, 4. Pandya,
no, Pandya or Shreyas 5.
Pandya, Shreyas 6.
Yeah,
Jadeja,
Jadeja 7.
Ashwin, 8. Bumrah, 9.
Kuldeep and Siraj.
Kuldeep and Siraj, 10, 11.
That's it.
See, I think this is the only worry for me. India's batting lineup is the shortest of any of the big teams. Like, England go to 7, 8 comfortably, and with proper bat. Like number 7, Liam Livingston comes in and can smash the ball, right? Obviously, we just talked about New Zealand, deep. Australia, deep batting lineup. India doesn't have a deep batting lineup. Their philosophy has always been 6 batsmen, 5 bowlers, or 7 batsmen. For
Yeah,
that's it.
I think that's one advantage with Ashwin. He can bat a bit. Jadeja's batting has been a bit off in ODIs.
Yeah,
So that's the only worry for India. If they lose 3 or 4 quick wickets,
yeah.
I know against Pakistan, Ishan Kishan and Pandya, they did a good partnership and they brought back the game. But if they lose in a match 4 or 5 wickets, and then for India it's going to be very difficult because of the lack of batting.
The depth,
Yeah.
right? Like, that happened last World Cup when we were playing semi-final against New Zealand. 3 wickets go down, forget about it. Like,
Exactly,
We just couldn't score runs, right? So, yeah, that's still a worry, but I think...
But on Indian wickets, you expect the top.
You're not going to get a lot of swing, You're
Yeah.
not going to get, the ball isn't going to do as much in the first few overs.
And our batsmen, they're used to this kind of wicket. So I hope in each match, at least one or two guys will score
That's it. That's all.
minimum 50
Yeah.
plus. And then the rest can contribute and,
Yeah,
make. So, that's the main area of concern for India.
Yeah.
But the problem is our batsmen, they don't bowl. So,
Well,
you can't-
Pandya does.
He's the only guy. And Jadeja is like
So
more bowling, or I mean like someone like Kohli or Shubman Gill or Rohit.
Yeah, so if you look back at the success of the 2011 World Cup, we had Yuvraj Singh, who was an all-rounder, and then we had Suresh Raina, who bowled a bit. It's a shame that Rohit Sharma doesn't bowl anymore,
Yeah.
because his 2 overs here, 3 overs there, obviously that's how Dhoni did a great job around the World Cup to try and get people in. I still can't believe Munaf Patel played into 2011 World Cup, but and won with Zari Khan as the. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe how much better India's bowling unit has become in the last 12 years. It's fantastic to see. We've gone from Munaf Patel and Zari Khan. Sure, Zari Khan fantastic, but to another level. Like, these guys are consistently bowling 85, 90. Beautiful.
Bumrah and Siraj, when they're on song, they are like proper bowlers. Everyone were in Asia Cup, right? Everybody was talking about the Pakistani bowling attack,
Yeah,
but the Indian bowling attack was
very good.
very good as well, and they were bowling quick.
Mm-hmm.
They were swinging the ball, I would say, even more than the Pakistani bowlers.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe except for Shaheen, but yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
They're quite good, and that's what I said, right? Like when Bumrah was not playing, when he was injured, we lost few ODIs
Yeah.
because we were not able to take the last few wickets,
Yeah.
especially in Bangladesh when we lost.
Or the
against
early
them.
wickets, or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Something, yeah.
So Bumrah in the bowling attack makes a big difference.
Yeah. But yeah, talking about the, I think we were talking about the depth and the idea of some of our batsmen bowling. In 2011, we had Yuvraj and we had Raina, who bowled a few overs.
Yeah,
and
Yusuf
just helped.
Pathan could bowl, Sachin could bowl, even Sehwag could bowl. So
Yeah,
they had.
I mean, they
guys,
didn't,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
but there was the option of that, and we don't have that. So we're sticking to, obviously, Kuldeep Yadav is gonna bowl all 10, and Jadeja is gonna bowl all 10, and Ashwin's gonna bowl all 10. That's 30 overs.
Like
gone.
all the teams, right? They all have batsmen, like proper batsmen who can bowl. Like
Yeah.
Australia have Maxwell,
Yeah,
who's quite good. England have Joe Root,
yeah.
Livingston, Moeen Ali.
Yeah.
Even New Zealand, they got Glenn Phillips, who took a few wickets today.
But you're talking about these are batting first all rounders.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so they're batting first all rounders, whereas we have bowling first all rounders, and they in India.
It's very specialized,
Yeah,
Like, it's a very different
yeah.
mentality, and we need. I hope new guys coming in,
Yeah.
they were able to contribute with the ball.
Yeah. Maybe Shubman Gill. Well, Shubman Gill is probably the best Indian slipper since Dravid or God knows.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was thinking of that. The catches he was taking.
He's making
on
it
the
look
Nation
easier.
Days.
He's definitely the first slipper for Indian team in all formats for a very long time to come. A few question marks around some of the play that he's had recently, not scored, but then he's back in again. Obviously, in India, is very different to any other country he's going to play in. So, yeah, India number 1 out of 4 going to go through. Who is the second team that will make it through to the top 4?
Australia. They
Okay.
look very balanced side as well. I know they didn't have the best of times in South Africa and in India
Yeah.
recently,
Well,
but
they fought back in South Africa. They did fight back.
yeah, but it was not their first team. They played a lot of
Yeah.
backup
Mhm.
players. Australia, when it comes to World Cup, you can always count on Australia. Same thing, right?
Well,
They-
yes, you can always count on Australia, and B, Australian players have played in the IPL the most. The most Australian players play in the IPL, and they're used to it. David Warner said that Hyderabad's like his second home. He knows it
Yeah.
inside. I mean, shit playing for Hyderabad, but anyway, aside from how bad he was playing in the IPL, he knows, and Australians know India inside out. They love India, and I agree. I think Australia have a fantastic unit. You think they'll make the top 4?
Yeah, they'll make the top 4.
Okay.
I feel they'll make the top 4. The third one, England should make the top 4 as well.
Yeah.
I know they lost today, but I still feel they have a really good side.
Uh-huh.
And they're a type of side, I think now they're not like worried about like losing one match here and there. They will still continue to play their brand of cricket.
Yeah.
And with Stokes coming in,
Yeah.
I feel they will still make it. But
Okay.
if they lose another game,
Mm.
the next game is against Bangladesh in Kolkata. So tricky game, tricky team Bangladesh. You never
Yeah.
know, especially
Just
on
bat first and score 500 runs.
Yeah,
The problem with England is that the bowling
Yeah.
unit.
it's quite weak. It's not as good as their batting.
No, and also their spinning department. I think they have, of the top teams, they probably have the weakest spin department.
Rashid is very good.
But that's
Rashid
it.
is like top class.
Okay,
And then they have like
Moeen Ali,
part-time and Livingston.
Livingston,
Yeah.
and Joe Root, right? Whereas you look at obviously India or any of the Asian teams, they're going to guarantee have 25 overs from spinners, right? And the good thing, at least for England, is most of the players are used to playing in the IPL. Again, just like Australia now. Thank God Kevin Peterson was approved and just was the person who made that change. Otherwise, England wouldn't be where they are now. So, yeah, they're all used to playing an aggressive brand of cricket and are very comfortable with playing spin in India. So that's in terms of attacking other teams, yes, but the weakness they have is like they just don't have enough.
I feel their weakness is mainly in the fast bowling department. A guy like Curran
Yeah.
and Chris Vokes, they can't be their main bowlers. You know, they can't be their main attacking bowlers in Indian conditions. Like Sam Curran can be a third seamer,
Mm-hmm.
or Vokes can be a third seamer, but they can't be like their top 2 bowlers. You know.
Yeah. Well, Archer obviously is a big miss.
Yeah, they
But
got
Wood.
Wood today. He was very expensive, but
I think Wood is going to be very expensive in India.
it depends where they use him and how they use him.
Yeah.
Depends on the
I mean, he
surface
played
as
in the
well.
IPL, but he wasn't, again, not very good figures in the
No.
IPL.
Yeah.
So, he has had some experience. But so, third, England. England again,
Yeah,
number
England
3.
will be number 3. Yeah.
And number 4?
Number 4 is going to be a difficult one.
Not New Zealand?
Yeah, you can't say New Zealand now.
Yeah.
But New Zealand was, I feel it will be between New Zealand, Pakistan, and South Africa.
I forgot about Pakistan and South Africa. Wow. So only 4 teams, and you're picking one of the 3 of those. If you had to pick one.
If I have to pick one on form, I will go with New Zealand.
Wow. So you're saying only one subcontinent team is going to make the top 4?
Yeah, unfortunately, on Pakistan at the moment they are a bit on the downside.
Do you think?
Yeah, especially with Nasim Shah out.
Yeah.
Even they got smashed in the warm-up game,
Yeah.
and their batting, they're so dependent on Babar and Rizwan, and their spin department is quite weak as well.
Yeah.
Shadab is not in form.
No.
They will-
Shut up can bat though. So,
he can bat, but his leg spin is not great at
Yeah.
the moment. And
He's basically a fast bowler.
and
I've seen him bowl, very fast.
yeah, and even the fast bowling, apart from Shaheen, Rauf is good, but Rauf is going to be expensive. Rauf is kind of a wicket-taking bowler.
Yeah.
He's not going to be your economical.
No.
You know, he's
You
going
get
to be
him to
like-
bring
yeah.
the wicket in. Yeah.
So they brought Hassan Ali back. So yeah, I don't know. I thought their squad for the Asia Cup was really good, and they were really, in good form. But yeah, looking at the recent matches, New Zealand scored 345 in 45 overs against them. They chased 345 in 45 overs.
Wow.
Even if it's a warmer game, still, it's it's a big deal. It shows where Pakistani bowling is at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, just because of that, I feel they will struggle a bit
Okay.
to make against the top teams.
Yeah.
South Africa, for me, they are the dark horse of this World Cup.
Really?
Yeah, they look like a
Wow.
very, very good unit,
Wow.
but just so many times I had big hopes for South Africa,
Yeah.
and because of their history in the World Cup,
Yeah.
I feel they might.
No,
When
yeah.
it comes to like crunch matches, maybe they will like lose those kind of tight matches.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will go with New Zealand.
Okay. I think that's a
What-
good top 4.
Yeah. What do you think about? You were thinking about Pakistan?
I think I'm surprised that in your top 4 there's only one subcontinent team. I think India will definitely make it. I don't expect, and the only other team I would expect to make in that top 4 is Pakistan, right? But I agree with what you're saying. It's really difficult. I think this is the strongest, probably on par. I think this is the strongest World Cup that I have seen in a very long time, where there are so many teams who could be in the top 4,
Yeah.
right? India, Pakistan, right? You say Australia, New Zealand, England. That's 5.
South
Who else?
Africa.
South Africa.
Even Bangladesh, you never know with them.
Bangladesh
No?
could cause a
Yeah.
couple of upsets, but can they cause 6 upsets? I'm unsure. So then you have like 6 out of 4. You got to drop 2, and then Sri Lanka as well. They're missing a lot of the big key players, so I don't know if they'll make it. But normally they're there or thereabout as well. So
Yeah, they have good records in World Cups as well.
the
so-
only team you can definitely discount is Netherlands, right? So I know they're not going to make the top 4, right? Afghanistan, they're going to cause an upset or 2. They'll not make it,
Yeah.
but they'll definitely beat one of the top 6 sides that we.
Yeah, that's the thing with the top 4, especially with this format. You need to be consistent.
Yeah.
It's not just winning one match here and one match there. Like you need to win at least, as you said, right, 5 or 6 matches. That means like 5 matches out of 9. It's still like more than 50%.
Yeah.
So
You have
it's,
a good win record.
yeah. So and I feel in this World Cup, because of as you said, it's going to be very, very tight. I feel net run rate will be something to watch
Really?
out. Yeah.
Wow. But it's not going to rain in India, is it?
I hope not.
Not.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you cut that out, the only team that I think I would question in that, and it's a surprising question, I think Australia are the weakest they have been in a long time. And don't be surprised if they don't make the top 4.
Yeah, Australia is. I just feel like whenever they come to a World Cup, they're like a different side.
Did they make the top 4 last time?
Last time, did they? I don't remember. They.
Yeah, in the semi-final, Australia, England, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So, and Australia, it was Australia, England, India,
India,
and
New Zealand. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
So I just have this weird feeling that Australians this time around, they don't feel as, normally you associate Australia with lethal, like a lethal side that's always going to be there or thereabout, right? Special keyword, there or thereabout. I just don't know if they'll make the top 4. They're the one out of the 6, Australia and South Africa. You cut those 2 out, then you make my 4. I think Pakistan make it for me. New Zealand are just consistent. They're the most consistent team in the entire world of cricket.
But they just don't win it.
Doesn't matter. I said they'll make the top 2. They're the best finalists. They just never win, unfortunately. But New Zealand will be there. I think Australia and England will have a little bit of a struggle.
Let's see. It's gonna be interesting. I feel Australia will be there.
England as well?
England.
You're saying both of those sides will be there? I don't think they'll both be. One of those 2 is not going to make the top 4.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
If you were to bet on one of England or Australia to not make it, which one will not make it?
Australia, I feel England they should make it the semi-final.
Yeah.
I'll be really, really surprised if England doesn't make. But the thing as well, right, with this World Cup, it's going to be the last World Cup for many top players. So it's going to be like all the Smith,
Most of
Warner, Kohli's, Rohit Sharma,
Williamson,
even Joe Root.
Joe
All these
Root.
guys like.
they
So-
want to win it.
yeah,
They're
exactly.
going in there to win it. So it's going to be super exciting. I think these are my top 4. Well, I've kind of given 6.
So say it again. Who are the
India.
Okay.
New Zealand, Pakistan,
England.
England.
Okay. And I'm going with India, New Zealand, England, and Australia.
Wow. Okay, let's see where we end up. We're going to go back to this episode. We're going to try and do a lot more. We'll try and do a few more of these whilst the World Cup is going on. Although the World Cup is going on for a very long time, so fortunately we can talk about a few more matches. We'll do a little bit of a review the next episode to see how our predictions are doing, how the teams are doing. Are there any surprises? There definitely will be some surprises. So yeah, I think that's where we'll probably end it today. It's fantastic that the World Cup has started. We're very excited to watch most of the World Cup.
Yeah, and good to be back as well.
Yeah, good to be back. If you have any questions, any thoughts, anything you want us to cover, we're waiting for a phone call from one of the cricket players to come and join us on the podcast. It hasn't happened, but it will. We've seen all types of people get on podcasts now, so why can't we? Just give us a like, and hopefully we'll get someone special on for you in this podcast.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you, Aaron, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.